Hello, welcome to Cat Lady Chapter 1. This game's divided into chapters, so that's why I'll break the episodes apart. This game's a bit tricky. It runs off the Adventure Game Studio, and it has it has a few odd resolution options. I had to make it work. But anyway, this is one of my favorite adventure games of all time. I put it right there with like the first season of Walking Dead. Looks so grainy. But when I originally played it, I wasn't playing on a 4K TV, so it was a little scaled up. But this game is great. It's made by one guy called Rem, or he does all the programming and stuff. He's actually working on his third game now called Lorelai, which you can like add it to your wish list on the Steam store. Now he made a follow-up to this called Downfall, which I'll get to as well. But let's get started. This is one of my favorite games. It deals mostly like with depression and suicide, and very few things do a good job at.
My name is Susan Ashworth. I live alone in this old two-bedroom flat. I rarely go outside.
She's one of my favorite gaming protagonists, especially in an adventure game. Her and her friend Mitzi.
Some would say it's a lonely life, and I guess that's true. But I don't like people's company. Not lately, anyway. I only trust my cats these days, and I will miss them dearly. But they will understand, like they always have.
Cats are good like
Teacup stays with me till the end.
Poor Teacup.
He watches me, as if he knew.
Poor Teacup.
Because earlier tonight, I swallowed a whole bunch of pills. They're legal, of course. Prescribed by my doctor for my sleeping problems. But I've taken 34 of them, all I could find in the cupboard. And now the room around me spins in a blurry tango as my heart slows down. Any second now, I will be dead. I feel calm. I'm ready for it. I've only got one thing to say now. Thanks for nothing. Goodbye.
Chapter 1. The only other things this remind me of are the movies Sunset Limited and the other movie called Night Mother. They deal with this in a kind of good way like this does. Pro tip to people playing this: disable fucking Steam notifications. One popped up and it's like all glitched out on the side of my screen. Oh well. When you get a notification that your friend's playing something, it tends to glitch out on the side of the screen. If you saw a little blue thing in the corner, that's what that was. I disabled it though. But here we start. It looks a bit awkward because this is the first thing the developer did in this game. As the game goes on, you can tell he improved his programming ability and he's got better at stuff. I think this is his second game. His first one was a very low budget game called Downfall, which he eventually remade and retrofitted as a sequel to this. But the original one is kind of standalone. And this game has a lot of nods to it, including a returning character named Joe Davis. The door. This part can be the most trying part if you're just starting out to play it. It doesn't really hit the story until about chapter 3. That's when the story really picks up. This part's a bit more Silent Hill-esque puzzle-y. I really like the aesthetics of this game. Very dark. Very, I don't know. It's almost like if Silent Hill was a 2D game and dealt exclusively from like Angela. Like if you're playing as Angela for Silent Hill 2. Game has like that's the dev. I'd call him Rem. Most people could just call him Rem. Occasionally there's a channel. The one of the leaders of Screen 7, he does streams and he'll have little interviews with Rem. and he'll post updates to his new game that he's working on called Lorelai, which is I think also gonna tie into this game. They're all like considered part of a trilogy called The Devil Went Through here. This is the first game, Downfall's the second, Lorelai will be the third. But this is one of my favorite adventure games. It was like a surprise hit. It just kind of came out of nowhere. I really like the story and the characters a lot. And it's like it deals with like depression, suicide, but I've seen a lot of movies where it's hokey. Like there's a movie with Sarah Michelle Gellar, but like she gets cured because some dream guy kind of just falls in her lap and all her problems are instantly solved, kind of thing. Here they don't really do that type of thing, which is good and refreshing. That's why I said the only other movies there are two movies I've seen that kind of do something like this: Sunset Limited with Tommy Lee Jones and Night Mother with Sissy Spacek. Both, if you like this sort of game, are fairly similar thematically in how they approach the subject matter. This part's a little trying if you just got the game. You kind of have to like do this weird back and forth puzzle thing. First, I think let's examine. Let's enter. Nope, so I was hitting the wrong F and key. And this game, it doesn't play like most traditional adventure games with a point-and-click mouse. This is more like Resident Evil style, like you go up to things and use items on objects type of deal. You can only move left to right, up and down also. You can just play the whole game with WSD. You can, yeah, and I think enter. It doesn't have controller support because the Adventure Game Studio just didn't support it. But you can easily use a third-party app to map the keys to your D-pad on your DS4. I've done that. I didn't go all the way right, I think. That's my problem. Yeah, I forgot. I thought I was already at the part where you had to... The next puzzle can be a bit annoying. I worry that some people might bail on the game before they get past this. This and the asylum part can be a bit trying. But luckily I know the solutions. It's locked. Okay, something is supposed to pop out. Open. See? Yeah. Examine. I can't go any further. This ambulance is blocking access to his door. Maybe there is no exit at all. Let's see what's inside. I thought I hit that. Yeah, it didn't work. It's locked. I could have sworn something's supposed to trigger. See what I mean about this part being kind of trying. But keep in mind, this is I think like the first thing there we go. This is the first thing he made for
What's making that noise?
this game.
Hello? Who's there?
Definitely
Answer
learned as
me.
it goes. This and Downfall are made on the Adventure Game Studio, but the third one's being made with Unity, so there's a good chance could come to console. And you can actually find the original Downfall for free on some sites. If I can find a link, I'll post it in the description in case you want to test it out. If you buy the new Downfall, it comes with it. If you buy this game, it comes with the soundtrack as well. But it doesn't, or the score, I should say. The actual soundtrack with licensed music, you can buy separately. There's a lot of good music in this game, mostly provided by a band called Warmer. Let us examine. I look so calm. Ew. My eyes. Just about the one thing I like about myself. I have green eyes as well. Even now, they still shine a little. Yeah, dead people's eyes, they have like this glossiness over them. I better take it with me. There we go. Now we're starting this off. Was there anything else to do here? Examine. Okay. You kicked me back out. Oh well, we got what we came for. This is probably like the slowest part of the game, and then Chapter 2 picks up, but Chapter 3 I think is where like the good bulk of the story starts. This is more like setting the stage. No pedestrian access. Ooh. FT37. MFT37. I don't know what that means. I like the flat she has. I wish I could live some just like that. Oh dear. Oh dear. Alright. 10 points. See, it's very Resident Evil. You just kind of use item thing. Key. Use. Now we're in here. My hands are not strong enough to pull it off. There's something there. I can't tell for sure, but it looks like a switch. I'm not sure if the boarded up with planks. There's a sign that says emergency power switch danger. I'm not sure if I have to trigger something in here for switch on. Strange, but there does not seem to be a single switch or button on this machine. How do you turn it on? Yep. Suzanne likes a good smoke like I do. So does Mitzi. The music for this game is very good. I like the main theme that they play a lot called the Lily of the Valley, which does come with the main game. But you can buy the extra soundtrack with all the licensed songs as added DLC on Steam. You can also go to their website and get the DRM free version. This game also has multiple endings. Rem says only one is canon, but I think he might have changed his mind. Because Downfall seems to accommodate all endings, I think. I'll make a video about that, why I think that is at some point. It would take me hours to undo this knot. Okay. Alright, this is where things start to get a bit funky. This puzzle is a little obtuse.
I can't remember this place. Am I lost?
There we go. See, go back. There's certain odd things that trigger this. At least my head's not stuck on these bars. That's good. It is locked. Alright. I think I may actually have to walk back this way. That's why she turned automatically. Walking back the forth a certain way triggers a different way to go. Because you are dead. This isn't supposed to be like a, real life. Oh, see, now I'm back here. But I don't believe I got what I needed. I'm looking for something to take those boards off. So we need to trigger the other way, maybe go left. This could actually take a second. I don't quite remember the exact way you had to go, left and right. I like it too because it supports WASD and arrow keys, so my left hand gets tired, I start controlling my right hand. Examine. Yeah, I still don't have anything to cut her down. Now we're back this way. But let's go back this way instead. That bird is the key to something. I think this might be the key to pissing me off, honestly. There we go. See how she auto flips? I didn't make her flip that way. Okay, this is the way it's supposed to go. I guess we just follow the bird. Let's just do that. There's the word. There we go. That's what I'm trying to do. But basically just follow the bird. Not too hard. But for some odd reason, she auto-tunes at one point. I thought that game was trying to tell me something. Unboat. Forgot. You have to select the item to use on Resident Evil style. Old school Resident Evil style. But I will live stream Resident Evil 2 when it comes out. I'm not going to do the capture. I'm just going to live stream it. Look closer. Susan. Search pockets. Empty. Take key. Search pockets. Now we have to go back to that gate. Heat. I guess we can leave. That's all we needed. Now I gotta get back to the gate. It's gonna be a little tricky. Okay, cool. Right in there. Good. And then we're gonna have to knock ourselves out of this loop and get back to that place with the boards. Shit. No. I'm so used to modern games, but it will just auto-use the correct thing and shit I need. But this game doesn't really have too tough puzzles. The next area probably has the toughest puzzle.
Welcome to my house, Susan Ashworth. I have been waiting for you, my dear. I knew you would turn up one fine day like this.
Who are you?
I have so many names, it's hard to pick one. But I'm curious, who do you think I am?
People think this might... Some people have speculated that the girl I'm talking to may be the protagonist of Lorelai, but just when she was younger. And Lorelai is looking good. They have a few snippets and trailers up. None of these are exactly accurate. She's definitely not God. She certainly isn't the devil. Death. Not exactly either. Let's just be more literal.
An old lady who lives in the woods?
Am I really, Susan? Are you that naive?
None of those.
Or perhaps you're too stubborn to see what I really am. I've waited all that time for you, and now you disappoint me.
You wasted your time waiting. I'm not worth waiting for. I'm just nobody. And you, to me, you're just a strange old woman sitting on a porch of her house. And those flowers you're holding, what are they for anyway?
I'm going to put them on your coffin, dear, after everyone's gone.
I wouldn't bother. I hate flowers.
There's a good reason for that. Isn't just that she's bitter. Let's see.
What is this place?
A lot of times you have
This,
to
my
do all
dear,
dialogue
is
battles.
my humble kingdom, and this house is my castle. I rarely invite people in, just like you. I like my solitude. But you are a special guest, and I'm going to make an exception.
Me? Special? I can tell you now that there's nothing special about me, lady.
Don't bring yourself down, Susan Ashworth. Today, you are my guest of honor.
What is this place?
This, my dear, is my humble kingdom, and this house is my castle. I rarely invite people in, just like you. I like my solitude. But you are a special guest, and I'm going to make an exception.
Me? Special? I can tell you now that there's nothing special about me, lady.
Don't bring yourself down, Susan Ashworth. Today, you are
I thought she
my
would say
guest
something
of
different.
honor.
Like elaborate, because usually they'll remove the text option or the option after you've already done it.
What will happen
alrighty.
next?
because this game does have
Depends
good
on
dialogue.
you, Susan.
I try to make sure I hit
Inside
all
my
possible.
house, there are dark hallways
dialogue
that
branches.
lead to places you don't want to see. But there is also something that will make you want to return to where you came from and cherish every single little breath you take. I'm going to make you an offer, Susan. It's a chance only a fool would refuse.
Okay. An offer? What can you offer me?
Let's come inside. It's getting cold out here.
A lonely seashore. See, anything has a
Please
little
don't
growth in it.
touch anything, dear.
I wasn't going to.
You lied to the whole world, Susan. And you lied to yourself.
I was going to. I was definitely gonna touch it. Anything else I can click on or fuck with? Because you definitely want to try to exhaust all the dialogue options and all the stuff, because it's all really good. Especially once you get hooked onto the story. Is she really here? Maybe this is all just a dream after all.
Now we can talk properly, my dear.
Alright. Sometimes there will only be one choice. Once you select a choice, that's your choice of dialogue. But sometimes it's like you have to run through all the dialogue options.
I still don't really know who you are.
I go by many names. I've never paid much notice to what the living call me, but there is one name the fallen ones use when I speak to them. I find it most accurate. The Queen of Maggots.
Is that what you are? Why, maggots?
Because they feed on what's dead and gone.
Dead and gone. I guess that's me.
She originally appeared in the Rem's original game Downfall. She has a short little cameo.
Will I be punished for taking my own life?
Most people would be, but not you, Susan. You see, I watched you long enough to understand how you feel. I don't expect you to believe me, but I actually have sympathy for you. Who knows, I could be your only friend.
Not really.
The only friend in the whole wide world. So like I said, I'm going to make you an offer. I want to help you. I will give you back your happiness in exchange for a simple task. Your life will change completely. You will be yourself again. And you will soon forget the sadness that has consumed your heart for years.
Is there anyone else here?
I thought you liked being alone. Isn't that why you ran away from everyone?
It doesn't matter.
I was standing right behind you when you threw away all those photographs, you know? I brushed your hair every night you cried yourself to sleep. I saw everything. I know what you want, but it's not here. It's gone, and it will never, ever come again.
I have no reason to live. Please, just let me go. I tried. I really did. But it's never going to be okay.
Who knows, maybe, but one way or the other. This isn't the end of your story. It's only the beginning, my dear, and there are great things waiting for you. Believe me.
I have no reason to live. Please, just let me go. I tried. I really did.
I thought you would say something different.
But it's never going to be okay.
Who knows, maybe, but one way or the other. This isn't the end of your story. It's only the beginning, my
Okay.
dear. And there are Believe
Alright,
me.
You can't skip it with spacebar. See, usually they remove the dialogue options, like the past couple ones are removed. But sometimes they let you repeat one, not sure why.
What do you want me to do?
Yes. I think it's time
So
to
make sure we
explain.
exhausted all the options.
But where are my manners? We're still in the hall. This is not a place for a serious talk. Follow me to the next room. I'll tell you everything you need to know.
What's your offer then? What can you fix that life has destroyed?
Susan, death can fix nothing. But though we are both dead, I am not death. I might seem just like a strange old woman to you, but I'm just as powerful as gods. And I chose you, Susan Ashworth.
She's one
I
of my
need you
favorite
to go
protagonists,
back and
I think.
face 5 people. They're not ordinary people. They're very special. Just like you. Only in a slightly different way.
I'm a failure. Why did you choose me? Aren't you afraid I will let you down, whatever it is I have to do? Most days, it's enough of a struggle to crawl out of bed. I don't see the point in anything. I just want to disappear. And I hate everyone else because they know how to be happy. Everywhere I turn, there are people filled with hope and will to live. Or people so pitiful, they make me ashamed to be alive. I don't want them. There's nobody there for me. I am alone. I just want to vanish.
This is the very reason I chose you, Susan Ashworth. I know how you feel, because I felt like this myself for a very long time. You and me are very much alike. If you succeed, you will never feel broken again.
See, the dialogue option went away.
Those 5 people, who are they?
The parasites, that's what I call them. They don't know each other, but their destinies are bound together. You will have to keep your eyes open and be constantly on guard. Those people will want to get closer to you. They might even pretend they are your friends, but don't let that fool you. They have nothing but cruel intentions.
Starring Ryan
They
Phillippe.
want to hurt you, Susan. They want to kill you. As harmless as they might appear, parasites are the evil scum of the earth, and they all deserve to die.
Isn't my life bad enough without them?
Don't be frightened. You will have a great advantage over them. They don't know that you know. Do you understand what it means? You will become my hunter, serving punishment for their sins. A tool of destruction. A dark angel walking through the river of blood. You'll find your purpose in life, and you see for the first time how satisfying it can be.
But how will I recognize them?
There isn't a great deal of people in your lonely life, is there, Susan? You will know when you see them. Bring those deceitful bastards in front of me, and we'll make them regret for everything they've done.
What makes you think I want to go back? I finally did it. I killed myself. That's all I ever wanted. And yet, it turns out to be just another failure. I want this suffering to stop.
Dear, dear Susan, you don't realize that the suffering never stops, do you? It only gets worse. This place is a passage between the world of the living and the world of the dead. You enter one of these corridors and you never come back. But you don't cease to exist. You remain.
Are you expecting me to kill them?
No, Susan, I'm expecting you to fight for survival. To do everything you can to defend yourself. I know you're not a murderer. Quite the opposite, actually. You're a good person. And I also know that you don't want to suffer. And those people will want to cause you pain. They won't hesitate. In the end, you might have no choice. Think of it as gardening. If there were weeds among the flowers, you'd pull them out, wouldn't you? You'd get rid of them without thinking twice about it.
I'm not really a gardening type, but I see your point.
I'm glad. And remember this, you are not the only victim. If you don't stop them, the killing will continue. Innocent people will die. You have the opportunity to make the difference. And a chance to save yourself.
I can't do this. It's too much. Dealing with criminals is a job for the police, not someone like me.
Indeed, you are weak. That's why I have prepared a special gift for you. Immortality. You cannot die, Susan. You will always return to life no matter what happens to you.
What? This is the last thing I wanted. Please, can't you just let me die?
I've made the decision. As long as they are alive, you cannot die.
I think this one only has one choice. I don't think you can do both dialogue options.
It's blackmail. You can't do that.
I'm doing it for your own good. Anyway, you are in no position to bargain with me. You will either go and do what you have to do, or suffer for eternity. Forever unable to find your peace.
This all must be just a weird dream. I don't believe you.
Susan, see this door here? Let's go inside. I want to show you something that will help you make up your mind. Follow me. Yes, it's you, Susan. Come closer. Say hello.
I don't want to look at it. Haven't I had enough yet? That body in the ambulance. Then the forest. But this place is... This is exactly what I was trying to run away from. I don't want to be here. Make it go away.
I assumed it would be wise to give you a little taste of the suffering you would endure. I want you to understand that you can keep going long after you come.
This is Lily at the Valley, the song is playing. That's my favorite of the non-licensed stuff. Versus something else. significance to her. And that's the other thing. I don't think she's exactly dead.
Susan, it's time to make a decision. The parasites are coming whether you want it or not. You haven't really got much choice. You must stand up for yourself.
I take orders from nobody. I'll do it my way.
Don't you understand? There is no other way.
Well, I don't know that. Besides, you could be lying to me. How do I know you aren't? I'm no murderer. I don't want to be. I'll find another way without you.
What?
Look, I appreciate you giving me another chance. Don't get me wrong. I can see now that I've made a mistake, and I'm ready to try to fix my life. But I really don't like what you're saying. If there's one thing I learned in life, it's that people let you down all the time. If I don't rely on myself, I can't rely on anyone else.
You fool! You damned arrogant fool! You have no idea what you have just done. But fine, have it your way. In the end, I will be the one laughing at you. I always am.
Who are you to push me around? As far as I know, you're just a crazy old woman.
You'll eat those words, Ashworth.
Perhaps I will. I don't really care. Just leave me alone.
You will regret this.
I'm back in the house. Okay, it'll be fine. I don't need her. I'm sure I'll figure out what to do.
It really doesn't matter. It all leads to the same outcome. She goes away and leaves you to your own will. She'll either be nice, you'll either get along and say, okay, I'll do it, or you don't. Either way, it all boils back to this. And this makes no real difference which candle you blow out. This also has the same outcome. But the sections after this do deviate and leave you multiple ways to complete them. For her to return to life, someone else has to die. But no matter which candle you blow out, it's always
They left
this
me
guy.
no choice, Alice. Maybe one day you'll forgive me.
I love the soundtrack in this damn game. Like Silent Hill, I think this game comes together. It's got good music, good visuals, good voice acting. Voice actor for her is Lindsay Frost. She does a lot of games with
What the-
7. She also
How
does
did I get back here?
audiobooks. I've seen an interview of her on YouTube. She's really nice. Hope she makes an appearance in Lorelai. Nah, nothing new to be done here. Finally, we got our crowbar. We can get on with it. Of course, is it? Finally, we can get this done. Examine. Ooh, there's a hole. This reminds you a little bit of Silent Hill 2, don't it? Gotta stick her arm down the long dark hole. Oops. Ah. This is the first, I think, song we really did by Walmart. Oh yeah, never mind. You got the blue one. Demanded blood sacrifice. Yeah, he does the score and all the non-licensed music. That was chapter 1. Chapter 1 complete. That was chapter 1. It's a really good game. That was probably, this and chapter 2 are probably the weakest installments. Chapter 3 gets really good. Chapter 4 gets better. It just keeps getting better. I would say later, but you'll probably see chapter 2 pretty soon.